What if I told you that all the stress that you're feeling right now might be coming from things that you can't control? Today, we're going to be talking about how to let go of all that and reclaim your peace. This episode today is about the struggle with worrying about things that are beyond our control. Today, we're going to be talking about the things that we can't control, how to not stress over it, and the things that we can do as far as tips and tricks. So if this is your first time here, thank y'all for tuning in. My name is Dev. This is the TuneInWithDev podcast. Welcome to another episode. I believe this is episode 7. So welcome to episode 7. I hope y'all enjoy it. Sit back and relax and tune in with Dev. A question we can ask ourselves is, why do we feel the need to worry about things we can't control? And that goes all the way back to the psychological aspect of humans just feel like they need to have some type of control on everything because they don't want to feel not in control. Because when you feel not in control, you tend to worry, you tend to not feel secure. And that's the problem that we lack in not trusting the process that goes through in life. And this drive that we have when it comes to that can create chronic worrying and also create unwanted stress that you don't need in your life. And we tend to obsess over things that we can't change. And it's just a mindset that we have to learn to get out of. And some things that we worry about that we can't change or have ability to change is people's opinions, things in the past, things in the future, or just things going on in your life. We get misguided and we go through this time where we feel like we have to just have some control over everything, and we have to learn to let go and just let life happen the way it's supposed to, because once you put that stress on yourself, and it just creates a lot of problems that you just don't need in life. And it's like we all fall to it because we just have to learn to let go and just let live, you know what I mean? And a perfect example of what I'm speaking about right now is the election that just happened. No matter if you're Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, or whatever you feel that you were accustomed to, that you agree with, and who you wanted to be voted in, at the end of the day, it's a democracy in the United States. We all choose who we're voting for, if it's Republican or Democratic. No matter whose the choice is, at the end of the day, they're still going to be the president. So the worrying going up into the election and then even after it is somewhat warranted. But at the end of the day, we as a nation voted and we chose, and you have no say so besides your vote. So the worrying of how other people are going to vote, the worrying of what's going to happen next, the worrying of what's going to now happen to this and that, it's up to the world. It's up to whoever you believe in, God, whoever, because at the end of the day, that's all you can do. You have to let go and let what's going to happen, because you putting that worrying into the world and all the stress and anxiety that you create inside your head and yourself, your emotional, your psychological, your physical being is being altered because you feel like you need some type of control on what's going on. And when you don't have control, then that's what creates the panic and the emotions that come with that. So as a society, we have to learn. Now, I'm not saying to not care, but you have to be open. You have to be open to not having control over everything and what's going to happen next. And this brings me to my next point, the freedom of letting go. This is something that once you learn, I promise, a lot of things in life will be a lot better off for you. There are a ton of benefits of letting go and just kind of not saying go with the flow, but not worrying or being a warrior or having that anxiety of not being able to control the aspect or the outcome that is coming next. You have a lot of reduced stress, a clearer mind, your conscience is better, you have a lot of less stress, your anxiety is at an all-time low, and you just feel a lot better. And like I said, I'm gonna keep reminding y'all that I'm not saying to not care, But what I'm saying is to not let it define you, not let it to define your personality, not let it to define your day. You shouldn't allow somebody's opinion, something that's going on in the world, the past, the future, the unknown of the future, cause stress in your life or anxiety, because that can affect other people and not just you. And right now, I want you to take time, close your eyes. I know. Just close your eyes. Just give me 10, 15 seconds of your day. You just close your eyes and you imagine all the things you have going on in your life, all the things going on, presidential election, the economy, jobs, family, stress, kids, family members, friends, all the stress that you have. And I want you to just imagine that you don't have to worry about any of that right now. Everything is gone. And how would you feel? Did you feel that stress relief just come off your shoulders? Did you feel the weight of the world just release off of you in that moment right there? Well, that's a feeling that you can have once you learn to let go and put your faith in something greater than yourself. And now we're to how to shift focus to what you can control, because there's a lot of stuff that we can't, but there is stuff that we can. And we're going to get into some of those tips that you can use to practice for the things that you can control. One thing you can do is practice self-reflection. Ask yourself truly, like, what is it? Is it the fear? Is it the unknown? Is it because I can't control it? Like, what is going on to where it's creating anxiety, to where I feel like I feel a way because I don't have any control what's going on. I don't know what's going to happen. Like, why? Ask yourself truly why. Get down to the simple fact of why do you feel like that? Use the circle of influence. You can either do it physically or you can do it just like in your mind, as far as drawing a circle. And I want you to put in all those emotions that you get once you feel the not being able to control, all the anxiety, the sadness, the madness, all the things that you feel, all the emotions, and put that inside the circle. And then everything outside the circle is the fact of what it is. And that's the thing that you can't control. And everything inside that circle is something that you can control. There's things that, as far as your emotions and everything that you think, is the things that you can work on controlling yourself. And this is for all the people that need to actually see it and physically see it. You can write down in your phone, on a piece of paper. I want you to write down your let go list. Everything that you feel like you can't control, you have no control over, I want you to write those things down. I want you to keep it with you, as far as it being in your phone, or at your house, in your dorm, in your room, wherever. And just keep a reminder, so whenever times do get hard or you need a daily reminder to go look at that list and to know that you cannot control these things. You have no control over how it's going to go and what's going to happen. And there's things every day that we deal with, as far as we're applying for jobs. We're trying to get into this school, and it's you apply. And that creates that stress inside of you. And you're like, am I going to get it? Am I not going to get it? Am I going to get it? I need this. And you don't need that. The job overall, yes, but they may not be the position for you. That may not be the school for you. So finding the positivity and all that can be well worth your time, because you can apply for a job and you might not get it. You might get it. But at the end of the day, there's only two things they can tell you, yes or no. If you want to ask a girl or a boy or whoever out, guess what? There's an answer of yes or no. So getting out of that mindset and just letting go of all the possible outcomes and all the anxiety that it creates in your head, there's only really a yes and no answer that can be said to you. And at the end that's not the end of the world at the end of the day, because they're just saying yes or no. You're going to get it or you're not going to get it. But guess what? You're going to continue to wake up the next day. You're going to continue to be able to wake up the next day, because not everybody gets to wake up the next day. So us worrying about all the things that we can't control and creating anxiety and creating sadness and creating all these things that we play in our head is something that we have to work on, to just be appreciative for what we do have, because a lot of people don't have what you have. The life that you think that isn't really much can be the world to anybody. If we take all our problems and we put them in a circle and everybody reaches in and grabs something else out, what you grab out might be 10 times, 100 times worse than what you had. Your problem can be I don't like the job that I'm at and I want a new job. But somebody else cannot get a job. Somebody can be homeless. Somebody can be living on the streets, not knowing where they're going to get their next meal from. And it's things that like that we take for granted of, man, I got to eat this meal today. I don't feel like eating to this. But it's like, you're blessed. You have a lot more going for you than you think you do. So I need you to actually think and remind yourself that and let yourself know that you are truly blessed in what you do have. And I can also offer some more techniques, and these are more things that you can do in the moment whenever you are experiencing anxiety, the stress, the sadness, the madness, and all the stuff that you're dealing with. And one thing that you can do is taking a moment, taking a deep breath, holding it, and then releasing. Because you taking that moment and then taking your mind off of it can help you in that moment. You can use auditory as far as even saying to yourself, I have no control over that, so I'm not going to worry about that. You can use the power of gratitude. And that's what I was talking about previously, is being grateful for what you do have and the things that you can control, because a lot of people can't control those certain things that you are able to, and just being grateful for what you do have. And if this is something that you really struggle with, I would advise and encourage you to speak with somebody. If it's your friend, a professional, your parents, a family member, your partner, or even just writing it down yourself in a notebook and your phone notes and just journaling day by day, kind of like what you're going through. And was it a 1 through 10? And was today a better day? Was today a 4? Was today a 10? And how can I get that 10 down to that 4? And how can I get that 4 down to that 0? Because working towards that 0 is something that you can, work towards and have that goal in mind. Because once we have that goal oriented mindset, then that gives us a drive that we can use to continue to push towards the end goal that we want, as far as not having anxiety, not being affected by what we're going through. So today we talked about why we crave control, the things that we can do to let go, the techniques, the tips, the tricks, everything that we can use to, in the moment or even prior, to get past that point of that mindset of we can't control everything, that we don't have to have a hand in everything that we do. Because at the end of the day, you will have another day and another day and another day. And you just keep pushing on and keep working and keep working. And it's just a mindset that I have learned. And I feel like I'm become a lot less stress-free, because I know that it's something that I can't control. And once you learn that the things that you can't control, you will have a lot better time. You'll have a lot more happiness. You'll be a lot more content. You'll be a lot more grateful in what you do have. And man, I feel like that was a good one. But I know I've been slacking on the episodes, been in the process of moving and working a lot of hours, and I know I'm making excuses, but I'm back on it. I'm back on it. Episodes every Monday. I know this is probably coming out on a Wednesday or Thursday, but I appreciate y'all for waiting and taking the time out of y'all's day to listen to me speak. And hopefully something I said resonates with you. I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. I have a Discord that you can join. It's called the TuneIn Fam. It's basically for like-minded people to talk, and who don't have people to talk with, or be able to bond with, or just even just have simple conversation. Or if you want to ask me a question, you can always ask in the Discord. That's going to be linked on my YouTube in the bottom of the video in the comments. My Instagram, TikTok, all that is TuneInWithDev. So if you have any questions, or you want to let me know what else I should talk about, you can comment, you can DM me, you can comment on this YouTube video, the podcast, all that, Spotify, Apple podcast, the YouTube video podcast. I thank y'all. I'm very appreciative. We're only working to go up from here. The hard times don't last. The good times will prevail. So just keep going. Keep striving to be great. Keep working on yourself. because once you work on yourself, then that's a step in the right direction. And I just want to say thank y'all again. I appreciate y'all, and peace.